Good evening and welcome to Cable 18's presentation of East versus West Boys and Girls Varsity Swimming. Welcome to Camden County Vocational High School in Sicklerville, New Jersey. I'm Matt Leshner here to do the commentary this evening. Right now you see the East team warming up the girls. Tonight we will be doing coverage in both boys and girls in the following events: 200 medley relay, 200 free, 200 individual medley, 50 free, 1 meter diving, 100 fly, 100 free, 500 free, 200 free relay, 100 back, 100 breast, and 400 free relay. Cable 18 sports coverage of East versus West in swimming will return right after this with the first event. You're watching Cable 18.
Today's world is a pretty competitive place. Even if you already feel you're at your best, a comprehensive approach to physical care is still important because a healthy body gives you the strength, flexibility, and endurance to keep you in the game. So treat your body to a regular program of physical care. Wherever you're going in life, a healthier body gets you there. This public service health message brought to you by the American Physical Therapy Association.
Opening competition here on Cable 18, Cherry Hill East versus Cherry Hill West. Opening up with the girls. Cherry Hill East are in the odd lanes, numbers 1, 3, and 5. Cherry Hill West in lanes 2, 4, and 6. This is a 200-yard medley relay. For Cherry Hill East, Perloff, lane 3. Moomin in lane 1. And Harvey, lane 5. Here we come for the exchange. The exchange is a very important part. Team that gets a good exchange will have the advantage in saving a lot of time here in an event where time is of the essence. Second team is Betsy Harvey in 5, Smith in 3, and Baker in 1 for Cherry Hill East. And here they come down halfway now. The exchange again, looks like we got the competition here is in lanes 3 and 4. A West and an East swimmer. And they are running neck and neck. Middle 2 lanes on your screen, 3 and 4. As we go for the fourth exchange, let's see how the exchange goes here. West took a little bit of advantage there on the exchange, but they seem to have caught up. Here we go with the fourth exchange. Lane 3 is Miskus for East. West has also a great swimmer there for the girls in lane 4. As you hear the crowd rooting them on as they come in for the final. This one will be close. And it went to Cherry Hill East. Coming in next was lane 2, followed by 5, followed by 6, and concluding with 1. First place goes to Cherry Hill East in the girls 200 medley relay. Second place going to Cherry Hill West. Now we move over to the boys division. 200 medley relay. Giordalo in 3, Lyons in 5, Mitchell in 1 for Cherry Hill East. The time on that winning lane was 2:02, followed by 2:04.7. Excuse me, it just changed at 2 minutes and 2 seconds, 0.7. There was a 7/10 differentiation there in the girls' competition. But now we are on to the boys. And they're off in the opening event of East versus West in the boys competition division. All lanes are running close as we go down. Once again, I don't know how much you can stretch it. Excuse me, I don't know how often I can say it, but it is the exchange that is so very important here for both teams. You can pick up those valuable seconds there, which can really come in handy. There we go, lane 4, followed by lane 3, followed by lane 2, 5, 6, and 1. The competition has lane 3 in the advantage right now on the second participant, and that'll be Harris for Cherry Hill East. Cherry Hill West is coming in real close in lane 4, and East has another runner in it in lane number 5. Lane 3 starting to take a lead, but the exchange was a good exchange there for lane 3, followed by 4, followed by 5. But lane 3 seems that they are really taking the lead here as Cherry Hill East is in first for this race so far, West in second, and East has third in lane 5. Lane 3 is off. The exchange goes in 5, and then goes the exchange in 4. But lane 3 right now is the one to watch. And as first place goes lane 3, followed by lane 5, as Cherry Hill East gets first place. The lane 3 combination of Giordano, Harris, Grossman, and Ciprietti was the winning combination there. Lane 3 did it in 1 minute, 48 seconds. Lane 5 did it in 1 minute and 54 seconds, 0.7, 152.1 for lane number 5. So far it went lane 3 with the winner. Anyway, we move on to the girls' competition right now. This is a 200-yard freestyle. And they're off. And they're running neck and neck all the way down. Lane 3 and 4 seem to have a little bit of an advantage, but 2 and 5 are not far behind. Reminding you once again, West is in lanes 2, 4, 6, Cherry Hill East, 1, 3, and 5 here on Cable 18 as they come halfway down. It's lane 5. Excuse me, it's lane 3 followed by lane 2 there. Here comes this between lane 3 and 4 right now. 4 seems to have the lead. Cherry Hill West is there in lane 4. 200 free in the girls. There it goes. 4 takes the first turnaround as they are 50 yards apiece. 25 yards. Four laps of what it takes here. As you see, lane 4. Cherry Hill East is trailing in lane 3. And it looks like lane 5 will be third place, but here they come in now, lane 4. And lane 4 will get first place, followed by lane 3 for Cherry Hill East, followed by lane 5 for Cherry Hill East. So it goes west, east, east. Winner there was Killian in the 200 free. Megan Killian. Boys competition, 200 free, lanes 3, Levinson 5, Giordano, and lane 1, Cone. This is Cherry Hill East. Lane West is in lanes 2, 4, and 6. 200 free. On their mark. And they're off, 200 free in the boys competition. So far, it's lanes 3 and 4 as they make their first turn, coming back to complete the first lap. Lane 4, lane 3, lane 2, lane 5, 6, and 1 make the contact. Lanes we're looking at right now are 2, 3, and 4, as 4 is in first place so far. That's a Cherry Hill West lane. Cougars are trailing in lanes 3 and 5. And 2 with West. As 4 makes the exchange, starting to bring his lead a little larger. So far, lane 4 still extends his lead. As he starts another lap, lane 4, lane 3, lane 2. Lane 4 is really making a run for it here, as he's in the lead right now. Once again, Cherry Hill East is in lane 3. They're in second place. And Cherry Hill West seems like they're going to get third on this one. And that's how it goes. It's lane 4, lane 3, lane 2, and then 1, 5, and 6. Waiting the scores to come up now here to be posted on the board as you watch from the CYO pool in Sicklerville. Lane 4, 1 minute, 57 seconds, .2. On the mark they go in the girls competition we go back to now. This is a 200 individual medley. And they're off. For the girls for Cherry Hill East, it's Perloff in 3, Smith in 5, Burns in 1. Lane 2, 3, and 4 are in it right now. 1 trailing and 6 not that far behind. Here we go, lap 2. It seems to be 2, 3, and 4. Trying to complete lap 2 is Cherry Hill East with Perloff in lane 3. Makes the exchange there, goes in lane 3, followed by lane 2 by West in lane 4. Here they come back, lane 3, lane 4, and lane 2 here. Lane 3 makes the first exchange, followed by lane 2 and then lane 4. So it's east, west, west here in this event so far. Lane 3 is Perloff once again, Sarah Perloff. And it looks like she's got this one here won. And that is the story, lanes 3, 2, and 4. The girls for the East Cougars come into this meet with a record of 8 wins, 2 losses, and they are currently ranked number 2 in the Courier Post coaches poll. We're going to do the same thing here over in the boys competition. It's the 200 individual medley. Boys competition, 200 individual medley. And they're off out of the blocks. Can't stress enough how important it is to get that good start out of the block to give you that time advantage. The better swimmers traditionally race in lanes 3, 2, and 4, being the middle lanes, to give them that advantage. Here it is the exact story as lanes 3 and 5 for the East Cougars seem to do the lead. Lane 4 has West in it, not far trailing behind. Lap number 2 goes 3, 5, 4, 2, 6, and 1. Doing this for East is Grossman in 3, Harris in 5, Lyons in 1. And here comes lane number 3. As Grossman goes out in the lead right now in lane 3. Next competitor is in lane number 5. Harris, also for Cherry Hill East. Cherry Hill West taking 3rd place so far in lane 4. Here comes Grossman in lane 3. That's who you're watching right now on your screen. As they send it out for another lap. Lane 3 made the exchange first, followed by lane 5. But Grossman seems to have a substantial lead here in this event so far. And here, as you watch Grossman come in, it's the 3rd lane counting from the closest lane on your TV screen. It's Grossman, as he completes the competition in 1st place, followed by lane 5, which contains Harris, and West will get the 3rd place in lane number 3. You're watching Cable 18 as we present to you East versus West in the boys and girls varsity swimming competition. We'll mention the boys for a second. Also 8-2 record, just like the girls, ranked 4th in the Courier Post coaches poll for South Jersey. One of the state officials warning that any background noise, including a cowbell, which was used in the last race by Cherry Hill East, is strictly illegal following state rules. And a warning goes out there to both sides on that. I guess that could be a pretty good element of distraction while you're in the pool, hearing that annoying cowbell go off. Just like it's going to go in the basketball and they start blowing the air horn, trying to psych the players into thinking that it's the end of the period. Interesting. Anyway, here we go, 50 free. Girls competition. They're on their mark. And they're off. Once up and once back. Let's look for a second as the competition goes with Miskus Murray and Nick Gorelli in lanes 3, 5, and 1 for Cherry Hill East. Oh, we've got a close one here, my friends. We got lane 5, lane 4, lane 3, lane 2, lane 1 are still in it, and lane 6 is not even far out of it as we come in. Let's watch this one here on Cable 18 replay to see the finish. We're gonna watch the scores come up here and get posted. So close, even I had a hard time to differentiate from that. Here we go, we're gonna do the same thing, the 50 in the boys division. On that last race, from what I can see, the times being posted, it was lane 5, followed by lane 4. Ciparetti in 3 for East. Block in 5, Broadbelt in 1. And they're off. Boys competition in the 50. Free. This being such short of a race is always very competitive as the athletes get ample time to put all their all out. This is an all-out sprint. Lanes 3, 2, and 5 are in very close competition for this one here. As it looks like this one will go to 3, followed by, go to lane, 3, followed by 4, followed by 5. Here we come back here on Cable 18. We're in the diving competition. We have some East swimmers here to do the commentary. On the expert here we have
Anita Ritchie,
Rachel Zamunda,
Robin Hasler,
and Megan Killian.
and me.
And Betsy Harvey.
And they're all awesome.
Dive, 401, an inward dive in tight position. Great difficulty 1.5.
The first dive will be an inward dive, 401.
Pike position.
Our first diver for Cherry Hill East will be Amy Marinock. And her scores were 3.5, 3, 3.5.
Yay, me.
The next diver is Jennifer Russell for West. Inward dive, 401 in the pike position. Judges' scores were 6, 6.5, 5. The next dive is Shannon Lanahan from Cherry Hill East.
Lennon.
Nice form. Scores were 4.5, 4.5, 5.5. The next diver for East is Mickey Schneider with an inward dive, 401 in the pike position. Nice form. The judges' scores were 6, 6.5, and a 6. That was the first male diver for Cherry Hills will be Mike Lean. The 401 inward dive in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.4. The judges' scores 4, 3, 3.5.
Jack Averback from West. First dive, dive 401, inner dive in tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.4.
I missed his name.
Averback.
First dive from West. Right. The judges' scores 3.5, 2.5, 2. The next diver for Cherry Hills will be Lewis Haim. He will be doing a 401 inward dive in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.4. The judges' scores 4.5, 4, 4.
Real good form.
Yeah. The next West diver will be doing an inward dive 401 in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.4. This is Dave Morica. The judges score are 5, 5, and 5. Nice form.
Good dive.
Mike Arcaroli.
The next East dive will be Mike Arcaroli.
Dive 401.
He'll be doing a 401 inward dive in a tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.4. The judges' scores 5, 4.5, 4. The next diver for East is Amy Marinock doing a She is doing a 1.5 with a half twist.
Nice dive, Amy. Excellent entry into the water, Amy.
The judges' scores were 4, 4.5, 4. The next diver will be doing a forward dive 101, the degree of difficulty 1.3. Nice pike position.
Beautiful dive.
The judges' scores were 5, 6, 6.5. Next East diver will be Shannon Lenahine, doing a reverse dive in a tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Good tuck position. The judges' scores were 4, 4.5, 4. The next diver for Cherry Hills will be Mickey Schneider, doing a dive 403, inward 1.5, with 1.5 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 2.1. Now this is a very difficult dive. Let's see if she can do it. Very nice form.
Beautifully done.
The judges' scores, 4.5, 5, 4.
Michael Lean's second dive, dive VO2, reverse one somersault.
The next diver is Mike Lean from Cherry Hill East, doing a reverse somersault.
Excellent.
Awesome dive, Mike. The scores are 4, 4, and 4. Seth Auerbach, second dive, is dive 101, forward dive in tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.2. So when the degree of difficulty is lower, the dive is easier to execute. So therefore, sometimes the divers obtain a higher score, but it evens out with divers that do higher degree of difficulty dives. The judges' scores were a 4, 4.5, 5.
2.5, 3.5, 3.
Excuse me, correction. 2.5, 2.5, 3. The next diver is Lewis Heem doing a back somersault in a tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.5. The judges' scores are 4.5, 4.5, 5. David Morika's second dive will be a dive 101, forward dive in tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.2. Very good, very smooth entry. The judges' scores are 4, 4.5, 5. Mike Arcaroli's second dive is dive 101, forward dive in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.2. That was a good entry. It wasn't much splashing. The judges' scores were 4.5, 4.5, 4. Amy Marinak's dive, third dive, is a dive 101 forward dive in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.2.
Amy's third dive, dive 101, a forward dive in pike position, degree of difficulty 1.3.
Excuse me, the degree of difficulty is 1.3. Oh, very nice form. A little bit of too much splashing in the entry, but
Yes, her legs went a little over on the entry, but otherwise perfect.
the judges' scores were 4, 4, 4.5. Next diver's doing. This next West diver is really diving well. I think she's going to give Mickey Schneider a run for her money. That was a very nice back dive. Judges' scores 5, 5, 5. Shannon Lenahan's third time is a dive 402 inward somersault in tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. I know she's been working on this dive all week in practice, and hopefully all the practice will pay off.
Excellent dive.
Judges scores 4.5, 4, 4. Mickey Schneider's third dive is a dive 104, forward double somersault in the tucked position. Degree of difficulty 2.2. This is a very difficult dive, but Mickey's got very good diving ability. I think she can pull it off. Mickey's been diving very well today. She should get some very high scores. The judges' skies. Judges. The next diver for East is Mike Lean. Now the scoring in diving is quite different from swimming. What they do is they average the judges' scores with the degree of difficulty to get a raw score. But with the three judges' scores, they throw out the high and the low, and they keep the middle score. The judges' scores are 3, 3.5, 3.5. The next dive is going to be a 201 back dive, degree of difficulty 1.7. Very nice entry. The judges' scores 2, 3, 2.5. Lewis Haim is the next diver from Cherry Hill East. His third dive is dive 301, reverse dive in a tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.6.
His third dive is dive 301, a reverse dive in tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.6.
Good dive.
The judges' scores 3.5, 4, 4. Dave Marika's third dive is a back dive, back somersault. Excuse me, a forward dive, 1.5 twist. Degree of difficulty 1.6. Now Dave's been diving very well in this meet. Nice, very nice form.
Smooth entry. Very.
Judges' scores were 4.5, 4.5, 4. Mike Arcaroli is East's next diver. He will be doing dive 201, back dive in the straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. A little bit of splash on the entry, but otherwise that was very nicely executed.
He needed more arc in his back in that dive.
The judges' scores were 4, 4.5, 4. Amy Marinak's next dive is 201. The degree of difficulty 1.2. She is doing a back somersault in the straight position.
Excellent entry into the water in perfect form.
Judges' scores 4.5.
Judges' scores were 4.5, 5, 4. Jennifer Russell's fourth dive, so she's doing a 301 reverse dive in tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.7. This is a very difficult dive. A little too much splash on the entry, but the pike position was very nice.
Yeah.
Judges' scores were 3.5, 3, 3.5. Shannon Lenahan's next dive is a forward dive, half twist, in the straight position, degree of difficulty 1.8. Very good height on that dive. The judges' scores, 3, 2, 2.5, 3.5.
Now to Maria Wilkins, our senior.
That dive was very nicely executed. Mickey Schneider's next dive is a forward somersault with 2 twists in a forward free position, degree of difficulty 1.9. Very nice. She was very tight on that dive.
Yes, Mickey always has very smooth and straight entries.
The judges' scores were 4, 4.5, 5. Mike Lean's next dive is a forward dive 1.5 with twist, degree of difficulty 1.8.
Mike is a swimmer as well as a diver.
The height was, very nice height, but the twist was a little slow. The judges' scores were 2.5, 3, 3. West's next diver is doing a forward dive with 1.5 twist, degree of difficulty 1.8. If you notice, that was the same dive that Mike Lean from Tri-Hallease just did. He had good height and good quick twist, but a little too far from the board. Judges' scores were 2, 2, 2.5. Lewis Hames' next dive is a back dive, straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Each diver has to complete 6 dives, and in each meet there is a required dive, and the dive varies from meet to meet. The judges' scores 4, 5, 4. Dave Morica's 4th dive is a 201 back dive in the straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Very nice entry. Smooth. Judges' scores 3, 3, 3.5. The next, Mike Arcarola's next 4th dive, dive 301, the reverse dive, tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. This is the 4th out of 6 dives. Very nice tuck position.
Smooth entry, very little splash at all.
Yes. The judges' scores were 4, 5.5, 5. Amy Marinak's 5th dive, dive 301, reverse dive in tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Very nice position. That was one of her better dives.
Yes, she was a little far from the board, but that was excellent.
Judges' scores were 3.5, 3.5, 4. The next diver is doing a 401 front somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Very nice. It was a very tight tuck.
Yes, very smooth entry.
Judges' scores were 4.5, 4.5, 5. Shannon Linehan's next dive is a 201 back dive in the straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. This dive requires a lot of
Arc in your back.
yes, a lot of arc in the back. And she executed that one beautifully.
Beautiful.
Judges' scores, 5.5, 5, 6. Very nice scores.
Every time Shannon dives, she seems to be improving. She's excellent.
Mickey Schneider's next dive. Mickey Schneider's the next diver for Cherry Hill East. She will be doing a back dive in the straight position. That was very, very nice.
She's one of the best back divers I've seen in this league.
Judges' scores were 6.5, 7, 7. Those were very nice scores. Mike Lean's next dive is the next diver up for Cherry Hill East. This is the 5th dive out of 6. He'll be doing a 301 back dive in a straight position. Degree of difficulty 1.7. I think we're having some clerical problems at the table. He's doing a reverse dive in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Nice tight tuck. Entry was a little far away from the board, but otherwise it was a good dive. Judges' scores were 2.5, 2.5, 3. Seth Auerbach's 5th dive is a dive 102, forward, 1 somersault in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.5.
The dive is dive 102, forward 1 somersault.
We're having some clerical problems at the scoring table. The dive was nice tuck position, but just a little bit too far away from the board. Very good attempt for the dive.
He needed to hide a tighter tuck.
Lewis Hames' next dive is a forward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6.
Are you starting now?
Nice, very quick turns.
Smooth entry.
Judges' scores were 5, 5, 5. That was a unanimous scores. Dave Marika's next dive is the next diver for West. Very nice entry.
He needed to point his toes, but otherwise his entry was very good.
Judges' scores were 4, 4.5, 4. Mike Arcaroli's 5th dive is dive 103, forward 1.5 somersault in tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Mike Arcaroli's been improving.
Yeah, it's very rapidly throughout the season.
Very nice entry.
That was one of his best dives all year.
Judges' scores were 5.5, 4.5, 5. Amy Mannock, 6th dive, dive 103, forward 1.5 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Amy Marinock is another diver that has been improving a lot throughout the season.
Yes. She hasn't been in many diving meets as the other divers, but for the amount of meets she's been in, she's doing very well.
Very nice entry.
That dive just proved how much Amy Marinock is improving.
Judges' scores were 4.5, 4.5, 5. West's next diver is doing a forward 1 somersault with a twist, free position, degree of difficulty 1.9. This is a very difficult dive. This diver here has also been diving very well in this meet. Very nice twisting, but
A little rough on the entry there. Quite a
otherwise a very good attempt. Judges' scores were 3.5, 3.5, 3.5.
Mickey Snyder, 6 dive, dive 101, forward dive,
Shannon Lenahan, 6 dive 101, forward dive in pike position, degree of difficulty 1.3. I think they're having clerical problems again. Shannon's only a freshman, but she's diving very, very well this year.
excellent dive. I think by the time Shannon is a senior, she's going to dominate the diving scene.
Judges' scores were 5, 6.5, 6. Mickey Schneider's next dive will be a back somersault, 1 1/2. Degree of difficulty 2.3. This is a very, very difficult job, but I think Mickey can pull it off. Mickey's a senior, and this will be her last home meet diving. Judges' scores were 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. Mike Lean's 6 dive, dive 103, 1 1/2 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Again, Mike Lean is another diver that's been improving throughout the season. Very nice entry.
Yes, smooth entry.
Judges' scores 4, 5, 4.5.
Michael has been improving in his swimming as well as his diving.
Seth Auerbach's next dive is the next diver up for West. He seems to be diving quite nicely today.
He totally lost off.
We're going to watch here on slow-mo to see what went wrong with that dive. I don't know.
What are you doing? He must not have been concentrating on that dive, but that happens sometimes. It's a very noisy crowd.
It looks like he slipped a little off the board's edge, and maybe that could have caused it.
And now here's Mickey Schneider, our senior diver. Mickey, how do you think you did today?
I think I did good. It was not one of my better days, but...
Anyway, back to the action here with Megan.
Lewis Haim, he just scored 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. David Marikas will be the next diver for West.
degree of difficulty 1.6.
Dave Marikas diving very well at this meet too. Good height. Nice entry. Judges' scores 5, 4.5, 4. Mike Arcaroli, this is his last dive. He's doing a dive 402 inward dive with 1 somersault. And tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Mike is also a senior. This will be his last home meet diving. That's a very nice dive. Judges' scores 5, 5, 4. This was Mike's first year diving for the team, and he did a very good job this season.
All right, that's all for the diving competition. Thank you to the Cherry Hill East girls swimmers for doing a good job there on the commentary. We'll return after this quick break in the action with more swimming action. It's East versus West here on Cable 18.
I think all musicians are mathematicians. In order to give your music a certain natural balance and form and symmetry and logic, you will hear things in relation to mathematical shapes. Math is a very important discipline. It's something that you should definitely know. Hi, I'm Wynton Marcellus, here to say that math equals opportunity. We can't cheat ourselves out of our future. Check math out.
Alrighty, back here on Cable 18, ladies competition as we get out of the diving. We move back into the swimming action. 100-yard butterfly. Here in the butterfly, you've got lanes 3, 5, and 4, and 2 and 1. Very tight here. As they make the turn to go back. Since it's been a while since we've seen actual swimming, not the diving, I want to remind you that East are in the odd lanes, 1, 3, 5, West 2, 4, 6 being the even. East is the home team here on this meet. Oh, we seem to have a leader here, Cherry Hill West in lane 4. Lane 5 and lane 3, both from Cherry Hill East, giving her a run for the money. And that's how it goes, lane 5. We do the same thing here over in the boys competition. We have the 100 fly. The gentlemen now go to the block. 100-yard butterfly. They're on their mark. And they're off. Very important part of swimming is getting off the block. You can save valuable seconds if you get a good leap over into the water and able to get swimming immediately as they turn in coming back from the turn. Lanes 3, 4, 5, and 2 in the pace here. Lane 3 looks like that they'll come in first here on the turn. As 4 and 5, and also lane 2. So it looks like here we got 2 and 3 are now running neck and neck. Lane 4 is in third, followed by lane 5. So we have a west swimmer followed by an east swimmer and a west swimmer. As we come back, here goes lane 3, got a little bit of advantage here coming on the way back, but lane 2 is catching up. And East got the victory there. That was in lane number 3, and on that event, it was Grossman. "100-yard freestyle ladies." They take their marks and they're off. And as they come around, it's lanes 4 and 5 running neck and neck. 3 not that far or behind at all. Lane 5 first there on the turn, followed by lane 4, 3, and 2 just caught up. And as they come in, lane 5 is doing a real good job here for Cherry Hill East. And that's how it'll go. Lane 5, lane 4, then lane 2. In lane 5 there for Cherry Hill East was Nina Ritchie. Crowd very much in this match here, as they all, in almost every sport, for when East and West come together. Coming in there seemed like lanes 3 and 4 touched first, but lanes 2 and 5 and even 1 are still in it here. As they come back down, lane 4 is exerting the lead. That was the 100 there. Freestyle event. With Levinson in lane 3, Ciprietti was in lane 5 for East, and Cone was in lane 1. $500-yard freestyle for the ladies. Definitely an extremely grueling race, the 500 free is. It's an all-out, constantly paced swim. As you see at the far side of the pool, the participants will have the lap number being shown to them in the pool in their own lane so they can keep track. Lane 4 coming in first here for Cherry Hill West, followed by lane 3. All these athletes here have to keep their strength. As we come into number 3 now, as lane 4 still has the lead for Cherry Hill West, followed by lane 3 for Cherry Hill East. But it's too early ever in the first 10 laps to predict the winner because anything's possible. It all depends on how much your endurance can hold up during this race. Well, anyway, that's the first 4 laps. We're going to pick up here in the 500 free in lap number 16. So stay with us. You watch this, and lap 16 is coming up next here on Cable 18.
I'm Jeff Owens of The Cosby Show. In our changing world, mathematical skills can lead to exciting careers.
I think as a publisher, understanding math is critical to understanding the bigger picture of the world today.
Architecture is really almost overwhelmed by considerations that involve mathematics.
I think all musicians are mathematicians. Music is based on vibration, and vibrations are based on math.
Figure it out. Math is for everyone. Math equals opportunity.
And we're back here on Cable 18. We're still in the 500 in the girls' competition. Lane 4 is in lap 17 as she has a lap lead right now, really, on lane number 3. There she goes. Lane 4 is the one you're looking at right now. Cherry Hill West swimmer. She's in the lead as she comes in. Seems like she had the right endurance combination so far here. As she comes in, first place lane 4. And lane 3 for Cherry Hill East looks like she'll probably be the next finisher. And it is as Cherry Hill East gets second place on this event. And here comes in lane number 2. As she goes back again, as she's coming into her final lap. And lane 6 just completed the race as West gets 3rd place. Okay, as we get ready to watch the boys begin in the 500 competition, we just got the results coming in from the girls diving, but we're going to save that as we're going to watch this race begin. 500 yards freestyle. They're on the mark, and they're off. As the jump is a very important part, as you saw, the lanes are running neck and neck as they come into the first lap. Looks like here we got lanes 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 and 6 are not far behind. Lane 4 made the turn first, followed by lane 3, 2, and 1.
Results of diving for the boys meet.
Boys diving results. First place from Cherry Hill East, Mike Arcaroli, 129.6 points. Second place, Lewis Heim, Cherry Hill East, 121.10 points. Third place from Cherry Hill West, David Morica, 117.65. And third place from Cherry Hill East, Michael Lean, 99.8. And fifth place, Seth Auerbach from Cherry Hill West, 52. Quickly before we go to a commercial break, it was Schneider for East with the 189, followed by Russell with West, Lenahan from East, and Marinock from East. And that was the girls diving competition. We'll come back with the final laps after these words from your Cable 18. You're watching East-West Swimming here on Cherry Hill's finest, Cable 18.
Sports United Against Drugs presents LPGA Player of the Year, Beth Daniel.
You don't get to be the best doing drugs. I took the pledge. I play it cool.
There's a new movement in sports that began in our nation's schoolyards. If you play it cool. Not with drugs or steroids, but with the spirit and strength that creates real champions. It means giving your best without drugs. Make a commitment. Play it cool.
When you play it cool, you always win.
And back here on Cable 18, where the lead is in lane 4 for Cherry Hill West, as he just completed or coming into lap number 17, scheduled for 20. An incredible amount of endurance to do this. 500. You can imagine from the previous events have been mostly 2 and 100s. That shows you some sign of how long and hard and tedious this race is. Well, anyway, lane 4 looks like the one we're going to be watching right now, as he'll get the victory. The next lane, it looks like it's in this one, is lane 2, which is also a west lane. And we have our second finisher of the event, also for Cherry Hill West, in lane 2. Lane 5 is now coming into its final lap with Cherry Hill East. There you go, lane 5. Lane 2 just finished, 1, and now 3 and 6 will bring up the end of the action. And the ladies now go back to the block. And they're off. This is the 200-yard free relay. Racing in lanes 3 are Murray, Ritchie, Miskus and Perloff. Lanes 5, Dawdle, Harvey, Zamuda, Wilkins. Lane 1, Gordon, Camereven, Dickerman, and Greenberg. Now the change here is very important. The teams that can get it done the quickest and get the farthest out on it can get a real time advantage here as we go into the 200. Lanes 4, 3, and 2 are the lanes that we're watching right now for the silver, gold, and bronze. Lane 2 seemed to lose a little bit there on the turn as lanes 4 and 3 are running neck and neck. Let's see what they can do here on the exchange. That might tell a lot here for us. And it was a pretty even exchange there as they're going to come out even after the exchange also. Lanes 4 and 3. Tell you, changing of the personnel efficiently and quickly is the way to go here in this race. And this will almost tell it here also. Let's watch this change here in lanes 3 and 4. Lane 4 got off to a little bit more of a jump, but lane 3 is kind of compensating it for in the swimming. But this one's close still. They come into the wall, both of them almost get the same thing off the wall. They're swimming neck and neck. But here comes lane 3 extending herself, and she'll get the win. Good job to all the participants from the East Cougar team in lane 3. Lane 4, second place. 4 was in it almost all the way, but East pulled out a sprint there at the end. Here we go, back in the boys competition. We're going to do the same kind of an event. We're going to do the 200 free relay. Lanes 3, Grossman, Levinson, Harris, Ciprietti. Ciprietti going first, Harris second. Grossman third, Levinson fourth. Block, Alcaroli, Broadbelt, and Cone in lanes 5. Greenfeld, Mitchell, Stein, and Lean in lane 1 for Cherry Hill East. They're on their mark, and they're off. Same kind of race as the one you just saw before. Lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 are running really tight here in the action. Let's watch the execution here. Lane 4 and 3 got off to a good start there. As the competition right now is between lanes 3 and 4, so it seems. Let's watch the change as the participants are ready. 3 and 4 are both off there. Those are the lanes to watch it also in this race, as 3 is moving a little faster here in the swimming. Here we go, last leg. 3 got off with a couple seconds, about 2 or 3 lead there on West. West in lane 4 has really got to swim hard here to try to compensate that time lost there on the exchange. Look at that power in lane 3. And that's how it goes, my friends. Lanes 3, 4, followed by 5. Congratulations to the team in lane 3 for Cherry Hill East. Ciprietti, Harris, Grossman, and Levinson getting the job done there. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Are you okay?
100-yard backstroke. Cherry Hill East is Perloff in 3, Harvey in 5, Lyon in 1. And they're off for the backstroke here for 100. lane 3, followed by lane 4 and lane 5 are the ones to watch here so far. There goes lane 3 out there for East. That's Sarah Perloff. And here she comes, it's Sarah Perloff in lane 3. As you see the end of the race there, lane 3 getting first place for Cherry East, followed by lane 1. And 4 and 5 came in real close there for third place. We move over to the boys competition. They're going to go over in the 100 backstroke competition. And they're off in case you just tuned in. I'm Matt Leshner. We're at the Camden County Vocational High School in Sicklerville, New Jersey. East versus West, boys and girls varsity swimming. We are in the 100 backstroke competition in the men's division. Lanes 4 and lane 3 are the ones right now. Here we go as we revert back to the men's competition. 400-yard freestyle relay. And on their mark, and they're off. Lanes 3 and 4 are running really close here in the early part of the action. Four with the advantage over lane 3. Lanes 2 and 5 are competing for third place so far. As the next set prepare and get on the blocks for the change. Lane 4 got off first. Here comes lane 4 in as he turns around to go back. Let's watch the two Cougar lanes come in right now, 3 and 5, and there they go. Lane 4 followed by lane 3. Once again, 2 and 5 are still close. Lane 4 seems to have a substantial lead. Here comes yet another change as lane 4 made it first. Lane 4 is still here in the lead. As it's still close in lanes 2 and 5. Fourth and final exchange ready to be coming up here in lanes 4 and 3 as they get on the blocks. Let's watch the exchanges here in both lanes. There's lane 4. And lane 3, substantial couple seconds behind, and there they go. Here comes lane 4 back. Lane 4, then 3. Still close in 2 and 5. Here comes in lane number 4. In first place goes the Cherry Hill West, second the Cherry Hill East. I tell you, I'm going to pull back here for a second. There is a race here for third place. And it went there to lane 2 with Cherry Hill West. That's all here on Cable 18 from the Camden County Vocational High School, where the final score in the girls competition, 104 for East, 84 for West. Boys competition, 107 for East, 79 for West. Coming up later this month on Cable 18 will be East and West girls and boys varsity basketball. I'm Matt Lesher. Good night, and thanks for watching.